What's up, guys? Hope you're all very well. Hope you're all doing well. So nice to see you again. So nice to see you again as well, Musin. Let's go over today, right? Let's go over the price action a little bit here. It is Thursday. We can see the weekly candle is pretty bullish. We could have another push up today, and then maybe have a retracement on Friday to create that weekly wick. Daily chart, we can see previous daily candle Wednesday was kind of a shitty candle, kind of a uncertain candle, but so far on today's candle we're moving up, right? Kind of closing in on that PDH. 4 hour looking pretty bullish, right? 1 hour looking pretty bullish. By the way, if you're asking what the hell is this wick, this is CPI, right? High impact news that came out today. 15-minute looking bullish, but this candle here is actually kind of interesting right now. Let me check if there's any SMT. Not necessarily. We'll see what this candle does. We can see on the 5-minute we're pushing up here. Potentially creating a 5-minute FEG here. We're gonna see what happens today. I'm kind of liking the idea of buys. CPI took all this liquidity here, right? All this taken by CPI, and now we're moving up. I could see this move up just continue until the PDH. But we're just gonna follow the order flow, follow the money. Would like seeing a 15-minute break above here. Let's take a look at the 1 minute. Yeah, the 1 minute is looking a little bit dicey right now. But usually the first few candles, like the first few 1 minute candles, usually the first few candles of the first few 1 minute candles of the New York session kind of do a little bit what they want to. I prefer to stay out of the first few candles of the first few 1 minute candles of the New York session. I prefer to just watch them because oftentimes they just grab liquidity, do whatever before the real moves start. So I'm gonna just open up my brokers here, my prop firms, whatever, just in case we do get a trade so that I'm ready to take it. Okay, let me turn off my sounds here a bit more. Let's see what happens here. This is the 5-minute, 1 minute until the 5-minute closes. Interesting. So 5-minute is going to probably close bullish here. And we do have this kind of 15-minute area of interest here as well. So it is looking solid for buys. It is looking solid for buys, but I would like to see a bit of a retracement. If we can get that maybe to this 5-minute FEG here, right? And then a push up, that would be a good buy. So Let's take a look at the 3 minutes as well here. I don't usually like to look at the 3 minute that much, but sometimes it can be a bit helpful. Interesting here, potential 15-minute FEG opening up as well, right? But what we're seeing right now is this move to the downside here. Okay, very interesting here on the 1 minute. You guys can see it. Strong move to the downside. Now let's see if this is followed by a strong move to the upside, and this was kind of a liquidity grab here, or if this is actually a move that continues down. I'm just gonna get ready to potentially take a trade, right? If everything aligns, we could potentially get a bearish FEG here, and then if we close above that, I might be able to take a buy here. But we don't trade what we want, guys. As always, we trade what we see. And right now I'm seeing bearishness coming into the market. So, you know, I won't take buys essentially. Until I see bullishness coming into the market. So we can see if this 5-minute candle closes this bearish, then we'll be in an interesting position. So let's wait and see. We still have this sort of bearish FEG that kind of controls price right now. If this holds, we'll probably continue bearish. If it breaks, we might get a bullish reversal. But currently, I mean, look at this 5-minute candle. We are just breaking down here. Let's take a look at ES as well. Not quite as bearish, but also bearish. But yeah, look at NQ here. Incredibly bearish. This is going to turn into an inversion now. Let me mark this out. 5-minute inversion here. The 15-minute is going to be very interesting to see if we do close below this here. I might go bearish on the 15-minute, and I might actually start potentially looking for sells that I would only take with half risk, because I don't necessarily believe in sells today. But in general, we'll stay patient. This week has been an interesting week with price action, but I mean, we stayed patient. We didn't really trade because the PA has been kind of shit this week. Not even gonna lie, but weeks like that always exist, right? There's gonna be weeks where you don't take a single trade, and that is good, because those are the weeks where other traders blow their accounts because they don't have that patience. here's the thing about trading, which I'll let you all know about because it's a simple concept, but if you apply it correctly, it's very powerful. You want to take trades that jump out to you, trades where you look at the chart and you're like, oh wow, there's a trade here, right? You just notice it. You don't have to look for it. You don't have to go searching for it. You just notice there is a trade here. I can see it. This fits my strategy. These are the type of trades you want to take. You don't want to be sitting on the charts, looking through your time frames, 1 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute, daily, 4 hour, constantly cycling through, looking for an opportunity. You want those opportunities that jump out to you, where you instantly notice this is an opportunity here, this fits my strategy. These are the trades that you want to take. So if we take a look at the 5 minute here, it's turning very, very bearish. And the 15 minute might close this bearish as well, giving us this kind of OB here. But this is of course not confirmed yet, so let's take that off and wait for some confirmation in the case that we do want to go bearish, which will be interesting, but possible, because this candle here is very indecisive, so kind of everything is possible after a candle like that. But yeah, what we'll do is, of course, we'll just follow the order flow and let things play out. You can see the 1 minute has created a new FEG here. Let's see if price will respect this. Because if price does respect this now and continues lower here, we might get that 15-minute close below. That kind of signals, that will signal a lot of bearishness to us. But 20 more seconds to go, so let's wait. So we closed, hold on, let me take a look at this. We closed like right on it, but not really below it, which I'm not a fan of. But let's just take a look here. I'll mark out this bigger 5-minute zone, which is an FEG. And the 1 minute is currently being respected, okay. Like if we get a pullback into the 5-minute and then we get another bearish shift, I'll take a sell on a secondary account. Not on my main account, just because once again, this is just not A+. This is just not perfect. And on my main accounts, I focus on perfect setups, right? Why would I take anything that's not perfect? But on my secondary accounts, I can play around a little bit more, so... Okay, look at this bullishness coming in here. This being inverted, this FEG, right? Five-minute FEG tapped. Potentially creating a bullish FEG here. Taking some form of liquidity here on the lower time frames, but I would need some bearish confirmation now to enter a trade on my secondary accounts here. Currently we're not getting any confirmation. Currently we are being pretty bullish now again. Okay, let's see here. Price is moving down a bit. Let's see if this move to the downside can continue. So this is now the two FEGs that are in play. We have the 5-minute here bearish, and we have the 1-minute here bullish. So we'll see which one holds, where price wants to go. Liquidity has been swept on both sides, right? We've swept to the downside, we've swept to the upside. So there's not much to tell there. Let's take a look at some SMT potentially. Little bearish SMT there, but also a little bullish SMT, so kind of stuck there again. So let's just wait for price to show its hand, show where it wants to go, and then we'll roll with that. Three minutes until the 5 minute closes here. So what's happening here now? Oh wow, big SMT now. Look at this higher high here. Look at this lower high here. Potentially, we don't know. This is not a confirmed SMT, right? Because it could just be that this continues up as well, and then it's just lagging a bit behind ES. So what I'm interested in is this 5 minute candle close currently. Will this close bullish, inverting this 5 minute FEG, or will this close within the 5 minute FEG? That is the question, and we'll have the answer in a minute. Shifting bullish here from what it looks like, but let's wait and see. 20 seconds remaining on the candle, and I always wait for candle closures, guys, for my entries, for everything, because you never know what happens until the candle closes, right? Because so much can happen in the last few seconds of a candle. Okay, but we did close above. Now this turns into an inversion, 5 minute inversion, and I'll be looking for buys here. Because I prefer the buys. If we do get confirmation on the 1 minute now to take buys, I will like those, but I want to get some good confirmation. I want to get some nice confirmation for this before I take any buys. Some nice confirmation on the 1 minute, maybe like a bit of a retracement and then a push up again. That confirms to me, okay, we are turning bullish. Maybe a sweep of some liquidity or something as well. Like maybe if we could sweep this low here, for example, and then continue higher, that would just be lovely. And here's the thing also. In trading, be picky. Be picky about the setups you take. Don't just take a setup because it's okay. Take a setup because it is perfect. And if you see a setup and you're like, but this and this happened, so it's not that great, don't take it. Don't take it. Simply don't take it. Be picky because there is an abundance of trades. There is an abundance of opportunity in the market. So you can be picky about the setups you take. Trust me, for the next month, be incredibly picky about the setups you take and see where you end up. And I'm 100% certain that you will be in a better spot than before. So we can see here, price is moving up, right? I could take a trade here, just like this, and it would be a decent trade, right? Am I going to take this on my main account? No. Yeah, I might create an order here for 1 unit with a SL somewhere here. Let's copy this price, put that there, buy one here, right? But I'm not going to take this on my main accounts. I'm just going to take this on accounts that don't matter to me, like this challenge account here. Actually, wait, I won't actually take that because I just noticed that's the wrong account. But yeah, like I said, not something I want to take, not something I want to be in on any account that matters. Because yes, this could just continue up from here, but I want to see some more. I want to see, like for example, this low now being taken, and then us continuing higher. That would be lovely. That would be lovely. I would take that with full risk. That's a setup I would take any day of the week, right? But just like this from here, not perfect, and I'm picky. Let's see what happens here. Wow, look at ES. Incredibly bullish. Took the previous daily high already. Holy shit. That is interesting. And NQ is lagging behind it. Interesting. Well, let's see what happens with NQ. At the end of the day, SMT is also only one confluence that you can use. It's not something you should base a whole trade on, just SMT. So let's stay patient. Let's wait and see if what I want to happen to take a trade happens. If it does, I'll take a trade. If not, I won't take a trade. Trading is that simple, guys. It is that simple. By the way, tomorrow, or well, tomorrow doesn't really make sense because it's Friday, but we'll do it starting next week. I'm gonna buy a nice 50k challenge with a futures prop firm that I'm gonna just trade with some setups that I see. We'll trade it live together because I mean this week and I think last week as well, you guys saw me getting warmed up with futures trading, getting more and more into it. Kind of seeing how it works and stuff. So I'm feeling like I kind of know the ropes now, know how it goes a little bit. So I think I'm ready to start to start trading on some futures prop firms as well. Oh, and I don't really like their rules. Like I don't like this trailing drawdown and like this only having 4% of drawdown, because that's just not what I'm used to from like FTMO and stuff. But it's all about adapting, right? Now adapt to it, and we'll make it work, and we'll get some great payouts from the futures prop firms, because you can really stack those, right? You can really stack those. Like I want to get a lot of accounts with them, just stack them and just get some big payouts going, which we'll do over the next few weeks. Right now, price is ranging. Price is being a dick again. 15-minute candle. Okay, moving down a bit. Ooh, okay, interesting. Let's see. Let's take a look at ES. Okay. Potentially forming something here. But I want to see a move a little bit more down, taking some liquidity. Because right now what we've done is just form like relatively equal lows here. Essentially liquidity, right? I don't want to take a trade where my SL is at a place of liquidity. By the way, if there's any questions or anything about anything, you can always let me know in the chat, the YouTube chat. I should see it after a few seconds and be able to respond to it. So 15-minute candle, okay, looking interesting. The 4-hour candle also just opened 3 minutes ago. Potentially forming up to be a nice bullish candle, but let's wait and see. 1 minute having strong bullish push here with this candle. Like I like everything about this trade, guys. I like everything about this trade except the 1 minute time frame, which just looks a little bit rangy, a little bit stupid, a little bit not high probability. So I'll stay patient, right? And this is something that I talked about previously as well. Before every trade, ask yourself, is this trade a loss that I would be fine with? If this trade hits my SL, would I be perfectly okay with that? And if the answer is no, then simply don't take the trade. Because we can see this bullish move, this push, it's all a bit not what I like, right? Like, yeah, we could just at any point, at any moment, see like a huge push up. Could happen for sure. But if I were to take this trade and I took a loss on it, I would be like, it just wasn't perfect. And those are not the trades I want to be in. that's maybe a trade I could be in on a secondary account, right? Like, let's do it. Let's just for the sake of it, let's take this trade on a secondary account here. Let me pull it up. Let's set an SL level here. Let's do like that. And let's purchase here. Just like that. Targeting the previous daily high. We'll do it, right? On a secondary account, like I said. Just for the sake of it, we'll take it on a secondary account. Like, reason for this trade, let's go over it. It comes essentially from the 5 minute where we broke down, took this low's liquidity here, right? Came back up, showed signs of bullishness, and then on the 1 minute, we had these moves to the upside here, and then we had this move to the upside here with a strong push to the upside, right? This is the reason why we are in this trade. And like I said, not a trade I'm taking on my main accounts because it's just not perfect. Just a trade I'm taking on a secondary account where I like to play around with price a little bit. We can see on the 5 minutes, if this candle closes this bullish, we're going to get this 5 minute zone here. Sort of this, I'm going to mark it out with a big thing here just for you to see. This zone I'm talking about, kind of. If we then retrace into this and come back out, I would take that on my main accounts. So let's wait 25 seconds for this to close. And then let's see what happens. Okay, so price did close above, but only a little bit here, which is interesting. So now this OB is active. And we'll see, okay, we've tapped into it here, if we get a trade out of it, right? That's what we'll see. Potentially now we might take some liquidity here as well, which I would like to see for a trade. Let me remove this. This is not really relevant. Okay, so we're pretty clearly getting a bearish FEG here. We're inverting a bullish FEG here. This is looking good. Yeah, I like that we're kind of, well, I mean, the push is pretty strong, which is very interesting to see. I want to check for any potential SMT with ES here. Okay, not much to see. We'll check out the 1 minute again. Okay. So checking out this here. We have another bearish FEG here. But if this one gives me enough of an SL to go for 2R here, let's check out ES if there's any. Okay, interesting. If we see some very strong bullish candles now on the 1 minute, I'll enter a buy here with my main accounts. But it needs to be some very strong bullishness. This candle is starting to go bullish, but it's not very strong yet. Getting stronger, to be fair. Getting stronger, definitely. But currently not showing enough for me to take a trade here. Not showing enough. And okay, interesting. We're getting this bearish push that I wanted, this liquidity grab here maybe. This is good. I like this. Yep, we've taken this now. You can see it there. I do like this move because it allows us potentially, well, let's not speak too soon. We're observers at the end of the day. We don't we don't try to predict anything. We'll simply keep observing. By the way, I proved my point. The trade we took here, which was, I don't know where it was something like this, on the secondary account, that doesn't matter, it was a loss, right? So everyone who FOMO'd into this on their accounts that actually matter, they took a big L there, right? So yeah, kind of proved my point here, the market. Now we do have all the prerequisites. If we now turn bullish again, then we do have all the prerequisites for a nice buy. Oh, what's happening here? Let's see about this. So you can see the market isn't quite sure what to do here, but there is a lot of bearishness coming in right now. And yeah, this might be one of those days again where the market conditions are just not good for us to take a trade, and that's perfectly fine. That is perfectly fine. In a case like that, we simply wait. I mean, look at these 15-minute candles, right? This is ridiculous right here. Ooh la la. Ooh, look at this, guys. What is this? Interesting stuff happening here. Interesting stuff. Let's get ready to trade. Ready your trades, guys. I'm ready. And we'll enter. Let's enter here. This is a valid trade that we're taking here. So if this hits SL, TP, it doesn't matter. I am perfectly fine with taking this trade. This is a trade that I'm always fine with taking. We can see prices continuing bearish here right now, which is not what we, of course, want, but it is fine, like I said. I got a bit fucked on spreads on one of my accounts here, I have to say, which is a pro of futures firms. Like, what I don't like though, well, it's, oh, well, we'll just see what happens. But price is looking like it wants to continue lower here. Okay, I'm going to close my trade out here. I'm going to close it out for a small loss here, guys. Because price does look like it wants to continue lower, yeah. Pretty shitty PA here. Pretty shitty PA. Looking at the 15 minutes. But it is what it is. We'll wait and see what price does. I would give it another try going bullish if we see a lot of bullishness coming in again. I would give that another try, but I would need to see some serious bullishness. Like we can see, this is now the inversion here. If we disrespect this and kind of close above here, I could give it another try. But right now there's just a lot of bearishness coming into the market here, so we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see. Some bullishness forming here, at least. Let's see what this is all about. But now, okay, this candle is pretty unsure, pretty uncertain. So we'll wait some more here. The only issue that I have right now is that ES already took the previous daily high, right? And that's just like, yeah, that's a bit unfortunate. So we'll wait and see what happens here. If we continue bearish now, or what? But yeah, like I said, this one trade that we took here was a trade that I would always take. This was a very solid trade. We had the SMT even, I believe. Yeah, I think we had some SMT there. Took the liquidity here of this, and then continued up. So we took a trade there, took a loss on it, perfectly fine. That is a trade that is always in the plan, and this is what you guys need to realize. Even the A+ setups, they will only work like 60% of the time. That's kind of my win rate in the back tests. 60% of the time they will work. So 40% of the times, the best trades will still lose, and that's perfectly fine. Because as long as you have a good RR and a solid win rate, you're going to make money in the long run, right? So let's see here what happens. I mean, we still have like 30 minutes in this session. So there is still a lot that can happen, but I mean, look at these 50-minute candles. Look at these 4 50-minute candles. They're all kind of inside of this one range here, which is a bit ridiculous. Let's wait and see what happens here on the 1 minute. Like I said, for a buy, I want to see a close above here. Then I would take a buy like this, kind of targeting potentially even the previous daily high, taking some partials off along the way. But of course, yeah, for that we need some bullishness in the market. And I'm not going to take anything until we see that bullishness, because it could just be that price now reacts off of this inverse fair value gap and continues down. That could definitely happen. Let's wait and see here. How this candle closes. It seems to close kind of bearish here. Yeah, it does. But not a very strong reaction either. Kind of a little bit of uncertainty here, which is what this week has been all about. Market uncertainty. Like, holy shit, the market has been weird this week, to say the least. Let's let these candles play out here. But I want to see a strong bullish close above here. If I were to take a trade, I want to see a strong bullish close there. Otherwise, if it's like a weak bullish close, I'm still not going to take the trade. I'm still not going to take the trade because it's just not what I want. And we can see bearishness coming in, right? Respecting this zone here that we marked. That's also the thing. Some people will have just entered here again on this candle. Oh, it's going up, it's going up. Boom, now they've been cooked again, right? Patience. Patience is the name of the game. It's what it's all about. So here this candle closed bearish, but with a strong wick, which is interesting. Let's take a look at ES. If there's a difference there, not really. Kind of the same. So let's wait and see here. A lot of uncertainty in price right now. So we'll wait until price shows us something good. Look at these past few New York sessions, guys. Like this one, crazy shitty looking. This one here, also just down, up again. This one here kind of just ranging and then one move down. This one actually kind of was decent. Looking at it here on Monday, this one was actually kind of solid. And this one here on Friday was literally just a down move. Like these past few New York sessions, they've been a little bit all over the place. But these are the days where you just got to realize that and you got to manage your risk accordingly. The 100 PA here right now is so shitty that I don't think a close above this here will be enough for me. I think now I want to see a close above this FEG here even. So something like this, closing above this, that I would be fine with now for a buy. Because we do have some nice bullishness coming in on this candle here. But let's see, maybe the next candle just closes bearish again. I wouldn't be surprised with this price action if that happens. Okay, some bullishness coming in here. But let's stay patient, guys. Like I said, a close above this area here is not enough for me anymore. Looking at this PA, I want to see a close above here. Like I want to see price telling me, okay, I want to go bullish. You know, like I want price to show me that it wants to take this high and that it potentially wants to take the previous daily high. Because otherwise I'm just not that interested. Ooh, okay, interesting. Okay, oh, okay. Let's chart. Let's take a look at the charts. Okay, but we're kind of closing inside of this zone still. Okay, let's look at these things here. Let's get ready here. To potentially take this trade here. I'm willing to do that. Okay, entering here. Okay, good. We've entered the trade here. Asset is pretty big, but I mean we've got this target that will still provide us with 2R. So that is fine. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put that there. Put that there. Okay. There we go. I'm gonna put my targets here everywhere. Okay, just like that, just like that. Now let's wait and see, right? We're gonna take some partials as well here, actually, just a few partials here at this high. So let's look at this here. Let's look at what's happening on the chart. So what can we see? 5 minute is looking bullish here. 15 minute also looking bullish. So we'll let this play out, guys. We'll let this play out as it is. We've taken some partials a little bit. So yeah. Four hour. Okay, interesting, yes. So yeah, let's see if we can get that push to the upside. I want to see a strong push to the upside now. Now that the market has finally started moving. But all we do now is wait and see. let's see what happens here. This is an interesting position we're in because we have this 1 minute FVG now that formed, which we would need to, like we would want this to hold price, for price to continue higher, take out this high. That would be good. So let's check that out. Not a fan of this 5 minute candle here, essentially, but I would need a strong move up here now to confirm, but we're not doing that. So let's wait. So this is something that we don't want to see, right? Because we've now inverted this. So looking at the 5 minute, what we want to see now is this 5 minute holding and price pushing up from here, pushing back through this 1 minute inversion, closing above it. That's what we would want. So let's see if we can have that. We'll keep watching this for a few minutes, but at the end of the day, we'll probably just end the stream in a few minutes and then let this play. You know, I've set my final TP, we've taken the partials, and yeah, nothing much we can do. So right now this is looking pretty shitty here because the 5 minute is turning bearish. But we'll just wait and see. Like, I do believe we can still reach this previous daily high here, but the 4-hour candle needs to close bullish for that. And yeah, the PA is just, oh my god. It's just horrendous. It is absolutely, absolutely horrendous. Anyways, guys, we'll call it a day here. We'll just let this play out. We've taken partials, right? It's all good. So yeah, see you all tomorrow. Bye bye, guys.